Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist. All right. Booyaka. Shout out to Armslist, by the way. There is a code and everything if you guys want to sign up for Armslist. You can get the first month for 99 cents on a premium. Use code STRANGE. There you go. So, and also, by the way, Jonathan from Armslist is building a van. He's getting all up into van life. Now, Walter, you might like this. Patrick might like this too. Guess what kind of van he's building?
Ford. Heck, I don't know.
Actually, you're. Is it a Ford? I don't know. Good question. It's
Mercedes.
It's a van that he's building that he's requiring me and my Mohawk to show up when he debuts it. That's a clue to you. No? Yeah.
Is it tall? Is it one of the
18? He's making an 18 van. 18.
Yeah. He's not doing. 18 van is like a panel van, wasn't
So,
it?
Hank Strange, are you gonna play? Mr. T?
I'm gonna be B.A. Baracus.
Yeah.
I pity the fool.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to buy some of those fake gold ropes.
There's a T-shirt I've been threatening to get. It got a picture of Mr. T on it. Says, "I ain't got no time for no jibber jabber."
Yeah. So we're gonna do that. Let's see if I can. I'll find pictures. I'll show you guys here as we go along. But yeah, he's working on that. He's been going like full steam into it. He sends me pictures every now and then. Today he sent me pictures of red rims because I think the 18 van had red rims, right? I'm gonna go pull up, see what it looked like. So shout out to. It was a Chevy? Oh, okay, everyone. Okay, Cibola says 18 van was a GMC.
Chevy. Is that the Astro van? Which is
No.
that one?
No, it wasn't an Astro.
Astro is Ford.
Not a minivan.
Yeah.
What's the Chevy van?
Chevy. What are you talking about? What's the
name
famous
of the
Chevy
Chevy.
van?
No,
It's coming back. That's my point.
I had a Chevy.
Van,
I had a Chevy.
Oh, it was not a Chevy. What company made vans?
Made Chevy
Is it
vans
GMC
into like
van?
conversion vans and stuff. Because I had one. I had a Chevy conversion.
One of the popular vans that you think of like 80s stoners or whatever. Maybe that's not the right. There's a van that's coming back. Let me see if I can figure out which one it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about the
no.
ID Buzz. Oh, okay, no. Okay.
No. It's one of the big three. It's like shoot. I cannot think of who built it.
Are you talking about the one that a lot of people make into a like a
Chevy Express van?
the Express van? Lolo was saying the Express van.
One Chevy
We had a Chevy Express van. If you're talking about the one everyone 4x4s and goes off road with it. All right,
I've seen that one, but
I would like
I'll
to
find it.
apologize, everybody, that we started out with van talk when we're
Yes.
So
it's
anyway,
the Chevy
yeah,
Express, and it's getting a refresh.
yeah, Chevy Express. Okay, I used to have one.
It's getting a refresh.
We are live. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. This is episode 1059 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. There you go, with my Henry rifle mare's leg right here. Which somewhere I've got a holster for this. Walter has that new carbine that's out that I cannot remember the name of it.
Kuna.
What is the Kuna? Akuna Matata.
No.
Akuna Matata?
No.
In the
Kuna.
UK, I could be very dangerous right now.
Patrick has a sword. I don't know. Oh, it's pizza night. You're not using that to cut the pizza, are you?
I'm cutting onions and I'm cutting chicken so we can make a barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh, okay, there you go. So Patrick's got, and he is wearing
a Dodge Charger shirt.
A Dodge
that I got
Charger?
doing the Dodge. What was that thing called? Where they run at 100
Yeah,
miles an hour.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Walter is wearing a shirt we got from SEMA Show. I have like 10 of those shirts. That's when SEMA Show used to give you free T-shirts back in the days. In the olden days, they don't do that anymore, apparently.
When
And
was
I'm
it we went to
rocking
Kissimmee?
I'm rocking a
We
2A
went to
Commerce shirt.
Kissimmee last year, 2 years ago, for the Bear Jackson, not Bear Jackson, one of those the big car auctions, and they had the
Hmm.
Hellcat experience where they have test track drivers drive you like crazy, and they give you a T-shirt.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about that. Yes, I
That
remember
was
that.
fun.
Yes. So let's see here. Let's see. Couple of things. I think I said episode 1059. We're going to talk about 99 days of Trump. Today is 99 days of
Oh,
Trump. We're going to do a scorecard. We got
we're
to
gonna
talk
hear
about
nothing. All we're gonna hear is the first 100 days he did nothing tomorrow.
it. So you guys out there, the folks in the chat, other than letting us, other than hitting those thumbs up, which I really demand that people out there hit the thumbs ups because we need it. I want to see those thumbs ups go all the way up. All the way up like ass missiles. Okay. Other than that, let us know what you think. What is your grade of Trump's first 99 days? You could give us like the overall grade, the grade relative to the Second Amendment. Just let us know, and we will, because we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into gun talk. Joining me live, obviously, I don't know if this is to my left or what. Okay, so the most immediately, the two big heads. That's Babyface P, and Chromie, Chromie V. There he goes. He looks like he's got on a camo dinosaur shirt, which is actually cool. I'd love to.
Yeah, it's kind of camo dinosaurs.
Yeah, I would love to have something like that. That's awesome.
Not really.
Yeah. Patrick is having pizza day over there. Shout out to Mama Face P, who's actually
Yep.
over there with you.
Yep, she's helping
Yeah.
take care of the kid, and
Yes.
Marley's off today and tomorrow as well. So,
Oh, cool. Ask your mom what's her grade of Trump for these 99
what's your
days.
grade? What's your grade of Trump for his first 99 days? Tomorrow's his 100th
Yes.
day. He says A+.
Oh, your mom says A+. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is your mom into the Second
Mom
Amendment?
says,
I
if you
don't
can't
know.
hear, she's saying that she feels like he's been in office for a year and a half already, in a good way.
Okay. Does your mom care about Second Amendment stuff like us? I don't know.
Not as much as I do, but she does.
Oh, okay, cool. And then right next to Babyface P is Walter Killer Keller from Safety Harbor Firearms, STEM Parts, and Dirtfoot Racing. Almost
All that good stuff. Yeah,
I almost forgot that.
that's all right.
I was like, "What the hell is the?" Yeah, I was gonna say something else. There you go. And with his Kuna
Kuna from Springfield Armory.
from Springfield
Have a shot.
Armory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Should I go? Well, let me see. Hold on one second. Here's what I'm going to do. One, I'm going to show the logo for the show. Check that out. What do you think? Well, Babyface went away. What do you think, Walt? What do you think?
OT. That's OT, right?
No, that's DT for Donald Trump.
Oh.
So that's a
It looks-
DT. The skull obviously is usually the skull is me, but sometimes I let it
It's kind of
represent.
Trumpified.
Yeah, it's Trumpified a little bit, and it's wearing it's wearing a gold chain that says 99 days. We've got Trump over on a little TV there, which so the AI that I'm using to do this, the Bing image generator, would not do Trump if I asked it to, but I did it. I did it so
refuses.
many times. It gave me this randomly came up. This thing is unedited.
It should not. It's not supposed to. That's
Yeah.
really good, actually.
Yeah,
That's
this came up.
That's a good Trump.
Yeah, it's not photoshopped. There's no photoshopping in this picture whatsoever. I put it on a black background, but really, there's no. I didn't Photoshop that in there. They put that in there because when I try to request it,
Because it's not supposed to.
yeah, it refused to do it. It shut it down. It was like,
Yep.
nope,
If
this is
you
a
do-
violation.
Any celebrity, it always tries to shut you down.
Yeah, now,
Even I've tried doing zombies before, and it says no. It just kicks.
yeah,
you
zombies it won't do. No, Grok will do anything, but Grok is not as good as this. There's the scruffy dog wearing a gold rope chain. There you go. That's cool. And there is the eagle. There you go. Look at that eagle, Walter.
Hold on.
That's a bring. What is this? Bring the thunder? Babyface, we
I
can't
don't
see
know,
your
it was-
thing. Hold on one second. Hold
It
on.
was
I got
just
it.
given to me, so I'm showing it off.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta go. I gotta pull you up here. Hold on 1 second. Bam. Okay. This is what Babyface is. Is this from your mom?
Yes, she just passed it over to me for some odd reason. So there you
What
go.
does it say TikTok on there? That's some AI that your mom got from
Yeah,
somewhere.
some AI stuff.
Yeah.
I just saw a bug fly by me.
Oh yeah, it's pouring rain, so I expect there to be
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy stuff out there. And if you have your door, your back door open, you are gonna get stuff
I'm
coming in there.
trying not to. I'm trying to close it and open it as I go.
It's dry here.
Oh, in Clearwater. Okay, and then of course we got Walter Keller. Let's show off the gun. I got you full screen now. So how did you had this right when it came out? I think because I saw the text of you saying you had it while I was on the road,
Well,
and
it's called having a good credit card.
of course, right? Nice.
Well, they were released. All the influencers had them everywhere. Yes, and I was thinking, well, let me see if I can find one because this influencer wants to influence the ass end of this with a proper stock on it.
Right. KES.
So I was flipping through the interwebs and PSA said they had them. And,
What?
So I.
Oh, that is a sign right there. PSA had these as soon as they were out.
They said the sales guy I talked to on the phone said they only had 10 of them in
Okay.
their initial allotment.
Jesus, you got lucky.
Yeah.
I got one of the 10.
Mm.
Those places were sold out pretty quick when they hit the,
Here,
street.
hey, don't yell at him. Her. One of my customers was in the other day getting some work done, and he's like, I've called 4 shops and I found one that had one, so I'm driving like an hour out to go get it.
Yeah. How much?
I guess popular.
What's the retail on that?
Okay, this PSA didn't have any deals on this because they only had so many of them.
No,
That's what they told
brand
me.
new.
So this was $8.99.
Okay, that's not bad.
So
For what it is.
saw on, I think Chattanooga shootings. One of the other wholesalers, they listed the dealer was going to be 7 something on it.
Whoa.
So
That's that's
pistol.
nicer.
For the pistol.
Right.
I didn't care about the SB tactical thing on the back. I didn't want to pay extra money for that. So I don't need that. I don't need that sheet.
No, you don't need it.
So, anyways, yeah, I haven't shot it yet. Everybody that touches it likes it. It's very.
How's the
very
weight?
slim.
How's the weight on it? What do you say?
Not bad, really. Not bad.
So, how much of it is it polymer, aluminum? What are we talking about here?
The upper is aluminum. The lower is polymer.
Okay.
And of course, bolt and all that stuff steel.
Mm-hmm.
It is compared to a Stribog or a Stribog, however you want to say it. It's narrower than a Stribog. Because my Stribog stock, it's very similar in design, how it all goes together and how it works. Because they're all in that same B&T-ish kind of.
Yeah, they're all kind of clones. Who did it first? Who did all like this format of a Stribog did it first? Okay.
Grand Power did it first, yeah.
Oh.
So. This is,
Hold on.
Lifting weights.
Babyface is doing something crazy. Hold on 1 second. He's pumping. What are you doing?
3. Oh, gotta get into shape.
You don't got that boy. You don't got that boy's hair in a boy bun, do you? Come on, man.
No, I think it's just flopping. It's flopping around like Trump's hair in the wind.
Yes,
Look, he's got a comb over, Walter.
Oh, he does.
That's okay.
Yeah. No, he's gonna get a good set of hair eventually.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, Walter.
So yeah. So a stock is planned. We've been so busy doing MP5 stuff that. Plus,
so you're kicking those out, right? The MP5 stocks are coming out soon. Or?
Yeah, HK Parts has been selling them for us too. So.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, wow! I didn't know you had them on HK Parts. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Oh yeah. They kind of have an open order for them actually.
Oh,
Fantastic!
Very nice.
That's big dollars. That's awesome.
Yeah. We're getting a Ferrari.
Not quite yet. Well, right now we have. I sold 2 milling machines because I have 2 new milling machines coming. So.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So
Did
everything.
you get any good dollars out of used milling machines like that?
I mean, the one wasn't running, so I sold that.
Mm.
I'll tell you what I sold for. The one that wasn't running, I sold for 10,000. Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Um,
goodness.
and probably maybe 3, 4, 5 more thousand, 6,000 to be back running.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Oh, that's not as much
Yeah.
as I thought it would go.
Yeah, I was thinking
And then,
that you would say it would cost like 20,000 to get
60.
it running.
Oh, I
well,
was thinking 50 or 60.
Oh.
the running one when it left, it was running.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that went for I sold the machine itself for 18, and then the fourth axis that was in it sold for 4.
Mm.
So what's that?
Okay, so
Babyface,
you get a part.
you should have been up on this one on this sale,
Where the hell am
babyface.
I going to put that thing in my entire garage?
Yeah.
Where am I putting it?
No, yeah, he's got no place to put it.
He's gonna
No.
room for that. Plus you have to
Jesus,
have real.
I saw the shorts of you getting them or the videos of you moving them, and that was some serious. The forklift they used was a monster.
I didn't think it was going to fit in there, but I don't do that all the time. So, but it did fit.
Hank,
pretty
you got to go
easily.
look at the forklift. It is.
Oh, I've
is
seen
like
it. Yeah,
four-
it was great. Those
it's
guys
like
are
four
professionals.
regular sized forklifts put together. It's monstrous.
Yeah,
It's super cool.
is it on the I don't know if you put it in our
It's
group
on,
chat.
Safety Harbor, right? Instagram.
Yeah,
Is it
it's on. I think it's that or on YouTube. One or the other. I think it's on YouTube.
YouTube?
It might be
Okay.
on both. Might be on both. But anyways, those guys do that for a living, so
Mhm.
they kind of know what to do. The other guys, when they moved it, they put it on rollers and they
Yeah.
spun it around and then rolled it out and then picked it up with a forklift. So,
Mhm.
um,
When I had that
So-
safe delivered, I did the same thing. I had somebody professional move that safe in here because that's what they do. Let them do it.
Yeah, let me see if I could show this here.
when the new machines arrive, then
Oh wait, we're gonna
same
get an
thing.
ad. Hold on. Okay, we got to cover up the ad here for a second.
Yeah, the Wriggles will show up and they'll do their thing again and bring
Boom.
it in position. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
This is skills.
So first, now before but what you're seeing here, I didn't have the camera going soon enough. He first backed all the way toward where I was standing at,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then he went into it, had the forks up high, backed up to where I was, and then went down, lowered the forks, grabbed it, and did a couple jigs, and then out the door. So
Are these your
That
guys
is
or his
killer.
guys that are there with him? That's his guys,
His-
right? Oh,
these
okay.
guys, yeah.
I was gonna say I don't see Joe.
Joe was over by the blaster, sandblasting and stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
Shop didn't close down, which is good because I was worried that you'd be down for a couple days.
Well,
Yeah.
no. I mean, the one machine went out in an hour or so. The second machine went out in an hour or so, and
So now you have
And I-
0 machines, right? You have
No.
no CNC machines
have-
right now.
I have two more, two more
Oh.
Hercos that are running, and the lathe. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
then there'll be when the new ones come, there'll be 4 Hercos, and the lathe is actually a Herco too. So they'll all be same thing.
Yeah, that's
bye
cool.
bye Haas.
That's cool.
Bye bye Haas, you motherfuckers.
Have you had better experience with Herco versus Haas?
Initially, not necessarily. I bought machines. My machines were delivered during COVID, and what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to take them to Indianapolis, where Herco's based. Once they come in from Taiwan, they're made in Taiwan,
Really?
and they run the machines. They make sure they work. Then they deliver them. And if they hook up any
Same happen.
extra, like mine, the 2 other mills have through spindle coolant. So they didn't hook those up in Indianapolis like they're supposed to. They got done here, and the person doing it wasn't real familiar with what he was doing. Yeah, it was kind of a clusterfuck for a while. So I ended up in frustration writing the president of Herco, which
Did you get a
because
reply?
he came into my, oh fuck, I got a reply as soon as they opened up. Yeah, everybody was hopping to it once they got notice from the CEO of Herco.
Was this a very well worded
Yeah, I
Ladder?
wasn't.
No,
just
Walter
told-
doesn't curse it at people
Yeah.
like
I didn't use
would.
any of those. I just said it was in my. I was basically at wit's end with this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mhm.
So yeah, they've been running all right now. There's some issues, but I don't expect to have them with this particular one. I told these guys that this is not acceptable. So we'll see what happens. I don't think so. They had some problems with their service people. Like people say all the time, it's hard to get people to know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, and those aren't
Yeah.
are those Herco employees or like independent contractors that are in Florida?
They work for Applied Machine,
Okay.
which is up in Georgia.
Yeah. 5 seconds. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back, do some shout outs, talk more gun stuff. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not so free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, we are back here. Let me do some shout outs first here. Hold on, let's check the chat. Like I said, everyone let me see if anyone has hit those thumbs up. I'm gonna refresh
I did.
my page.
I
So
did.
we got 9 thumbs ups. I think we could do better than that. Let's see who I'm shouting out here. We got Chris Bolus, Kurt24 is out there, Jay Grew's out there, Hot Dog 990 is out there. He says good evening. Shout out to Hot Dog 990. Yeah, very cool. Let's see. Do we have any grades in anyone's? Jay Grew says, is the storm messing with the live stream? It keeps freezing and I have to reload the page. No, I don't think that's on our end. We all have we're all
I got fiber.
I'm fiber. I'm doing like 400-500 up and down.
I've got fiber here too. So
Yeah. So, and Patrick even, he's doing all good. He's just juggling mama, grandma, baby, and pizza. So that's what he's...
He started to get hungry.
Yeah, Kurt24 says, always hit the thumbs up. Yes, I appreciate that. I'm just trying to get us, some attention here on the Rumbles. Everything's, I'm happy so far with Rumble. So, and then make sure you guys check out all the other dudes who are on Rumble. So you got John Crump. Let's see. You got John Crump, Flying Rich, Dark. You got Joe, Shooting Gallery. I want to say Joe Juice. We got to get Joe to... Huh?
no
Shooting Gallery what?
original or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. He needs to just be Joe Juice, Walt. That's what I think.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. Joe Juice would be so awesome. Joe Juice would be a great... Who's going to forget Joe Juice?
Yeah, they're gonna go, oh, that Joe Juice guy.
Yeah. He could put that on T-shirts easy. It goes...
Check that out.
Oh, pizza dough.
Homemade pizza dough because Marley has perfected it.
Are we going to actually see you doing this pizza, or we're
Do you
just...
want to watch me Papa John's this? Yeah.
Should we go full screen on him? Walt? Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on. Watch me, Dougie. Show me how you Dougie. Okay, go for... Oh, look at this. We're getting a pizza show today, Walt. Don't get hungry, Walter. Don't get... Oh, you already ate? Okay, I was going to say. Any moment, Spence will be coming in with a big pizza for you.
Yeah, I had actually told Spence tonight that we need to make some pizza from scratch.
That's what we're doing. Marley will share her recipe if you want a dough recipe.
I didn't see you flip and twirl that around. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I can't do that. So there's your sauce.
Okay, all right. By the way, this dough right here would be so awesome if you break it into little chunks and fry it and then put powdered sugar on it.
You know what? That's not a bad idea because it probably would be really good. Hank said we should cut it, fry them, like pound it out like this, then fry them and put powdered sugar on top.
Yeah, that's Zeppelins.
Like Zeppelins, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walt.
You could probably do that.
That's how they make beignets.
Yeah, beignets, yes.
And the same for beignets.
That's the
Marley's
beignets,
dough
yes.
could go do a bunch of different things. It's fantastic dough.
Look at this. What gun podcast out there, or what podcast period, would actually give you a pizza being made live on... We've done it all. We've done people shooting at the range.
Yeah, but they won't have any numbers.
Cooking with Papa Pat's Pizzeria.
Yeah, babyface
Papa
pizza.
Pizza, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so while he's cooking, I'll keep cutting back on him while he's... Actually, there we go. We can see him while we're going here. Okay.
I'll show you guys one more secret before we go.
Oh, boy.
Mozzarella,
mozzarella.
you gotta go whole milk mozzarella. Don't use the skim crap. The whole milk.
Okay.
Way
How
better.
many pizzas are you making? Are you just making one pizza?
Two. No,
Two,
we're gonna do
okay.
two pizzas and then some
Okay.
knots.
If I was over there, I'm eating one pizza on my own.
Right, yeah.
One pizza on my
Anyway,
own.
sorry. Back to guns,
I
back to
think, I,
guns.
think, I think you know how that would go, Hank. I think you know the answer.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Patrick is not going to go for it, basically.
Listen, you bring some ingredients. We'll make you pizza.
Yeah. First of all, I would just be frying the dough up. So that's a
Here's the hard part.
delicioso. Oh, he's
this
about to put
dough
that in the oven.
Oh, this dough is gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to come out.
It's too soft. Okay.
This dough is very soft.
Yeah. Walt, what's that gun? You bought another gun? Is that what you're showing off here?
Oh, this is
What'd you
one
do?
that I made a while back that I assembled,
Mm-hmm.
but I had these Knights Armament.
Oh. Okay, hold
And-
on. What? I don't know what Patrick is doing. If I should be. Oh, by the way, Patrick is wearing his LaRue Tactical. You see that? He's wearing a LaRue Tactical hat. I actually, when I was on the road, I was in Texas, Walt, or Patrick, whoever. I don't know if he muted us. I met a dude who worked with LaRue Tactical, and went to SHOT Show for years and stuff like that. And we were talking. I stopped at So like when I'm traveling, I use this thing called Harvest Host. And you can basically stop at wineries and different things like that, right? Breweries and stuff like that. And I stopped at what did I stop? At a winery. And they had like a little restaurant / bar. I had pizza there, like Babyface making pizza. And the guy sitting right next to me at the bar worked for LaRue Tactical for years. So I think I was in a place called Early, Texas. Which is weird because the guy's last name was Early, but I didn't put those two things together until later. So, all right. So while he's off to the pizza oven, I don't know if we're going to get to see the actual pizza oven in action. Yeah, you were talking about your Knight's Armament build. Yes.
Yeah, I had this already assembled, and I had regular handguards on it, and it was sitting around. It wasn't very exciting. You get a little jaded after you fondled so many of these AR-15 guns.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I had this set of Knights Armament quad rail assembly that I bought one year at the Creek years ago. Super cheap. I only paid like $40 for it. Now I could get $240 for it. And I had these handguards already, and I had the Knights grip. So I said, fuck it, let's put it on and build one up like you see. Like maybe Gulf War kind of thing, and I did, and I kind of like it. It gives it a different personality, So
What does the weight feel like? It feels medium, light, heavy?
For an AR-15, my opinion, it's heavy.
Oh, okay.
And this is not a real heavy barrel or anything either, but when you throw the handguards on, you throw the plastic on, it kind of gains a little bit of weight, but
yeah,
overall, not a bad gun. So, anyways,
are you gonna machine gun it?
No.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's see. Let me get to the chat here. We are gonna get into grading Trump. Let's see. So Night Train says my Trump report card A- because not enough to a gun initiatives. That's from Night Train.
Let me say, patience, grasshopper.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Everything can happen in the first week.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's still things going on. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. So. Yeah,
and there's some article. Right. So yeah, I think that we're just. By the way, Cibola 1970 says you guys are making me hungry. You wouldn't like me when I'm hungry. There's a lot of. let's say we start with the report card. Obviously, I want to talk about Trump's 99 days vis-a-vis Second Amendment and gun stuff.
99 days of Trump on the wall. 99 days. Toss him around, throw another immigrant out. 99 models
Yeah.
here on the wall.
So overall, his score of like the overall presidency so far, for me, it's pretty high. They're kicking some ass. They made some mistakes. I think they've made some missteps.
There's
Go
two
ahead, Walt.
things.
You go first.
You have to rate the domestic thing,
Right.
and then you have to look at this foreign policy debacle that Trump is part of. So, anyways, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Pam Bondi was necessarily the best pick. I don't like her. I don't like how she's in front of camera. I just don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
She is doing what she is told.
But she's career politician.
And
that's how she sees it. Yeah.
That person needs to do what they're told.
Yes. Pam Bondi is either after all of this, she's either going to run for Congress, run for vice president, or run for governor of Florida or something like that. And so far as Pam Bondi, Trump gave her that what was it? I forgot what it was called, initiative or whatever it was, to look into the Second Amendment, and then she extended it, which is
she kind of failed on it, I thought.
Yeah, that doesn't sit good with me.
That report was not for you to see or me to see or anybody else to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she was supposed to come up with things that Trump could do overall to better the Second Amendment, and she kind of put it off. So
yeah, I don't know. Once again, we're not on the inside, so we don't know the details.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on there, but she did put it off. And what I was gonna say is, yes, I separate this into the Second Amendment stuff and then overall everything going on with Trump. And I think there are some missteps. So, like, for example, the thing with Russia and Ukraine. I mean, obviously you could see Russia is not gonna help the situation whatsoever.
Trump is so fucking stupid when it comes to Putin.
Yeah,
every U.S. president has fell for, he's going to change his ways. He's going to change. I'm the president now, and he's going to do what I want. Putin's like, F you.
He's not scared. You know? It doesn't care. It doesn't matter how many generals they take out for him. He's not worried. I'm just wondering how long Putin is for this world. That's the only way to deal with Putin. We got to take him out. Putin has to go.
True, but we don't. They need to. Their own people need to do it.
The reason you get rid of Putin is you finish destroying the Russian economy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get rid of Putin.
And then the people inside will get him. I think the Ukrainians might get him. They're getting some generals. Now, the generals are different from Putin, and it's going to be like 10 times harder to get Putin, but they might get lucky. They might, you never know.
Putin doesn't walk down the street.
No, I'm with Walter.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Putin doesn't go anywhere. When they had an honor guard thing with Putin, every soldier that was in that place was physically searched.
Mm-hmm.
He don't go no place.
Yeah, and I'm sure he has body doubles, that whole nine yards.
Probably people eat his food before he eats it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like Hitler did. Somebody else had to eat it before he did.
Yeah, and dudes are disappearing all the time. So if he gets an inkling of anyone, So I think that whole situation is not easy, and I think that Trump thinks that he could solve it easy. And
Trump is such a fool when it comes to foreign policy. Look, I can fix it in 24 hours. I'm thinking, you jackass, you don't get it. Come on, he doesn't give a fuck.
Deep-seated stuff is not that easy to fix.
Trump thinks he's thinking like he's dealing with a guy for a land deal. He's going to come in and talk real nice to him, build him up. That's what you do when you make friends and influence people. Mm-hmm. You build them up really high, you make them feel them good, and then you fucking cut their legs out. Right? Yeah. Well, it don't work with Putin. He's been through how many presidents now? He's been in office. He's seen it all. He's seen Obama.
Putin was in since since Clinton. One. Oh, Clinton. Was it Bush? Clinton?
No.
I thought it was Clinton. Hold on.
Well, he had a little space when he was still following the rules in Russia, where Medvedev took over for a little bit, but he was running
Yeah,
the
that was
show
a puppet.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, that was a
but
puppet situation. Yeah.
he doesn't. How can you be so foolish to think that he's going to play your game? He has nothing to gain by playing Trump's game.
The Russians are always playing the Russians game. So I think that Trump gave him a chance, but you can't give too many chances when it comes to Putin. And we argue about this all the time. I would rather give Zelensky more chances than Putin. Zelensky is easier to control than Putin. Putin is not easy to control.
Remember before the Doge thing started?
Mm-hmm.
I said to all you guys, I said, because you guys are always ranting about corruption in the Ukraine. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, hear me out. I said the corruption in Ukraine is this compared to the U.S. corruption. And lo and behold, my gosh, weren't I right?
Well, yeah, I think American corruption is big, but no, I don't agree with what you're saying. I think corruption.
There's so much.
I think corruption in Eastern Europe is way worse
There-
than it is in America.
That is the way they do business over
Yeah,
there.
we've got big money over
The
here.
problem-
We've got big money
the problem
over
with
here.
Eastern Europe is they are used as the money launderers of the world.
That's
Partially,
how
somewhat.
business has been done in that part of the world
Yeah,
forever.
but in America, if you go to get your driver's license and do everyday business stuff, you don't have to bribe anyone to get that done. In these other places, you do. Oh, is the pizza done already? What the hell is going on?
You know,
Hold on, Patrick. Hold on. Let's show that again. I'll go full screen. I'm
too
listening.
late. It's already off the
Oh,
keel.
too late. Okay, go ahead, Walt. You're good,
Get
Walt.
another one.
I'm just saying, every politician and every position in Washington has been on the USAA heroin addiction for 40 years, 50 years now.
Yeah.
Every one of them, Democrat, Republican, everybody.
Everyone. I agree with that.
That's straight up corruption. There's no.
Yeah,
there's
I agree
no
with that.
hiding
There's
out.
big money there, but
Everything moves on money.
yeah,
Nothing moves
but you
because
but
they
you
like
can't
you or
but you
anything.
can't compare. I agree with you, Walt, that there's big money there. These guys are up to it's like serious shit that's going down in the background. But overall, the country,
Now you don't have to
the
use it to
the
get a
culture,
driver's license,
yeah.
but the culture over there, everybody's on the take.
Correct.
If you wanna
I
get
agree
This
with
is
that.
this is a lot of the world. This is a lot of the world,
Yeah, it's not just them.
right?
So,
Yeah,
but anyways,
yeah.
yeah.
I think here,
That's
you know,
why Russia is militarily. That's why Russia seems so inept. Is that corruption kills them?
Whether you're
that's been going on in Russia for a long time.
the private's got to bribe the corporal. The corporal's got
Correct.
to
Yeah.
bribe the sergeant.
Yeah.
All the way to the top.
And that's why when you turn the tank on, you run it, the tracks fall off it.
Correct.
The money,
Yeah.
Missing bolts on it because somebody skimmed them.
The big thing. Go ahead.
Back in the old days of the Soviet Union, it wasn't so bad because it wasn't as bad. But once they became liberated, everything moved on a bribe or something.
Correct.
And then for a long time, remember Russia, like the most valuable currency was the dollar. You know, listen, my thing is, I think Trump's approach of like with Ukraine, and this is what I would say.
Naive.
But what I'm saying is compared to like Biden, if we're going to help out Ukraine, I think for sure we should get some mineral rights and things like that that helps America in the long run and all that kind of stuff. And that's what they're working on.
I agree. But in the meantime, don't play this game like Biden even played this game, or the Republicans played this game. Here's some weapons. No weapons for you. Here's some weapons. No weapons for you. This would have been over 2 years ago if we would have let them have whatever the fuck they wanted.
But see, also the other part of it, which we have seen this come out of this whole thing, that's positive, I think, with Trump, is that the European Union has put up, and they have decided to put up more money.
Well,
Yeah.
And they need
they've
to.
also.
I think Trump has to. My thing is, I think like Trump shouldn't give Putin too many chances. My personal opinion, he's already given him enough.
He already
From
has.
now, you just go. Okay, now we're playing hardball with you. We'll just help Ukraine flatten you out, and we'll just make these deals with Ukraine and stuff like that, and move on. Because you can't.
Why-
If you give them a chance and they don't come to the table, you gotta show you're willing to walk away.
The Europeans have finally realized that the Russians are for real. they want to fuck with everybody.
Yeah.
So you need to arm up. You need to get on a war footing. We as a country need to be on a wartime footing too. Actually, in our industry, we got to stop playing this game like
I think our problem though is not necessarily Russia, because Russia does not have the industry that could kill us. It's China.
Mm-hmm.
China owns all of our industry.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Well, we need to kick all of.
You got 55 seconds, Walt. You're good. Go. What were you going to say? Kick everyone out?
We need to cleanse this country of the Chinese that are in
Yeah.
the university
You
system.
know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? You know what's the interesting thing I haven't heard of in the news since Trump got in office? Remember how the Chinese had police stations here? We're not hearing shit about that, and I'm pretty sure that shit is still going on.
100%.
Yeah.
Going on.
So I would like to know if they're cracking down on that or what's going on with that.
Well, that should be a nice thing, wouldn't you think?
I would like to see them roll. I would like to see them roll up.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any of
going out the door.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any of that going down.
Now let me talk. Okay, Trump.
We got 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Hold on. So we're gonna keep going with this. It's getting nice and. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point.
As long as y'all don't make a mouse.
So what I was going to say, what were we talking about? We were talking about the Chinese. Yeah. You know what? I'm happy on the immigration front. Most of what's going on there, I'm happy with it. Very good. Yeah. A++.
You're not mad that a Maryland father has been sent to El Salvador? You're not so mad? A Maryland man, a father.
Yeah. I don't believe shit. I didn't coming into this from how far do we have to go back here? 10 years. You can go back however you want. I didn't believe shit that the media says. Now I definitely double dog don't believe anything the media says. They are insane. Right? I would believe Katy Perry and those other biatches that claim they went into space before I would believe the media.
I'm an astronaut.
Yeah. Yes. The immigration stuff that's going on, in my personal opinion, I think it's rocking and rolling. There might be some little mistakes here and there. Mistakes. But everything I've seen so far, I'm good with. And
I guess I just saw recently that Billy Bob Clinton passed or signed a thing at one point that's aiding this whole process too.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
If you go back and watch videos of Clinton speaking, they talked about this being a problem.
All these guys. You could find it with Schumer. You could find it with Biden.
Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah. So, but
Obama was talking about immigration, legal immigration. Well, you know what? This is a thing that Americans agree with. Even American, I'm an immigrant. I'm a naturalized citizen to America. So immigrants from lots of different places in the world agree with this because what's happening here is insane. To see that there's a bunch of criminals and horrible people coming into America and wreaking havoc on America. And it's almost like these politicians that a few years ago, if you go back in history, were down to get rid of these folks. Right. Now they want to destroy everything. And something that's interesting, have you guys seen how they arrested... Have you seen that they arrested 2 judges that were helping out?
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
You see the picture of the one fat bitch crying after she got arrested with her orange jumpsuit on?
That's insanity. That's insanity what she did. That's crazy.
That's 100% illegal.
She needs to get deported along with that dude.
No. But better than that, you just disbar. That's the best.
Yeah, she definitely can't be. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, she definitely can't be.
Once you do that, all the status and the able to make money is gone.
Yeah, I'm okay with her going to Guantanamo Bay a little bit. It's all right.
No. She needs, I'm all for the old school. You ever seen a pickaxe and a sledgehammer.
Yep.
Right.
Go
You ever
build
heard
the
that thing called
railroads.
hard labor?
Yep.
You give her. Watch what happens. You give her a year of hard labor. Either she's dead or she comes out 100 pounds.
Yeah, cause comes out looking sexy. Like what's the name of that black R&B singer that's getting all skinny now? What's the name of that
I have
chick?
no idea.
She can make orange cover all porn after that. Then. So
Yeah. I forgot the name of that big chick that she's out there getting skinny. I don't know what she's doing.
Speaking of black chicks, can I make a little comment about something?
Sure. Go ahead.
Here we
Let's.
go.
I disavow
this is
any connection, knowledge.
No, you don't have to because the facts speak for themselves. The facts speak for themselves.
Yes.
Watch the internet. Watch these situations with black women in restaurants freaking out with the police, freaking out everywhere. What is it with overweight black chicks? They just can't control themselves.
I don't know what's going. I think you're right. There's a lot of people. I don't know what happened to.
They're animals. They act like fucking animals.
I think I think there's people losing their minds, and I think it's like they're watching. They're watching too much CNN and all that kind of stuff, and they're getting very, very entitled. I've seen also big. Oh, I've seen, and listen, I'm a big dude myself, but I've seen big people getting mad at everyone at the airlines and at the amusement parks because they can't fit into the rides. It's insanity.
You had to see the one where the police pulled the black woman over for speeding, and she won't. A woman is talking to a woman. I think it was a white woman talking to a black woman. She rolls the window down, and then what? You can't stop me. You can stop me. I didn't do anything. Can I see your driver's license? I want to talk to supervisor. Can you see your driver's license? Then she finally rolls the window up, so she's not complying, which is the first mistake. And continues on with this, and this person's asking her for these things, and she can hear her. Video. Of course, she's got her camera, her phone up there, recording it all because she's going to be a star. And they finally broke the window out of the car and drug her ass out and arrested her. She goes in front of the judge later, and she's still playing this game like she did nothing.
I watched that today, Walter.
And the judge is reading
I'm gonna get Oprah. I'm gonna get the black baby Jesus.
Walter, I watched that today, and
I'm gonna get O.J. Simpson.
This is systemic. This is not something I'm dreaming. You see this shit, or they go in a fast food restaurant, they don't get what they want, they start tearing the place apart like an animal.
This is not how we act in polite society. I don't think it's just I don't think it's just black people doing it. I know there's these examples going up, but I mean look at what, for example, who's out there. I know, and I've seen black people destroying Teslas. When in America did we have people? But it's a lot. Most of the people are white people doing it.
A lot of white folk.
When did we ever have this kind of craziness in America? What gives you the right to do that?
Why? Did you see the prosecutor suggested a deferral for that guy that defaced a bunch of Teslas in Minnesota? Something like that? Minneapolis?
What do you mean by a deferral?
So he caused $15,000 worth of damage over like 2 days to 5 different Teslas. And major felony. The new woke prosecutor that's up there said, no, we're going to do a pre-trial deferral where he gets to go to you shouldn't do that program. This is illegal. Don't do that. And then it won't go on his permanent record. White man, not black.
No.
So we're not even talking racism here. White dude.
Judge Keller. What's what Judge Keller does? 6 months hard labor.
Yeah, you got to suffer for that. We should not allow that in society. That's not part of. You don't want to be part of society. You don't have to be. You could get out of America. You can go into the boonies somewhere and hide out and do whatever you want. But that's not acceptable.
Why do these people think that they have the right? That Tesla dealer or that person owns a Tesla, like your wife or you. What makes you? How are they guilty of Elon Musk hate? I mean,
how is anyone guilty of anything because of the kind of car they own? What does that have to do with anything?
That's the funniest thing, though, is these folks. This person who defaced all these Teslas, most of the people who own these Teslas had them for a while, and they were lefty tree huggers. Yeah.
I don't think these people doing this to Teslas are Tesla owners or previous Tesla owners. I don't think so. And a lot of this is happening because, look, we allowed people to go into museums and destroy very valuable, irreplaceable works of art. That's insane.
Cut up art and put paint on art. Not string them up.
No,
don't need
that kind of stuff. We because we allowed all of that. Now we have this, and it's going to keep going.
Well,
and these are people. Remember, before they were going
what
after
happens
Tesla,
when you're
people were burning down like regular cars. They were going after diesel cars. These people have been doing shit for a long time.
Hank, this goes back to our toast is too good. We have no real problems that our toast is just too damn
no,
good, and we're too gentle with people.
Yeah, no,
thank you.
people. I like the countries that flog you. Okay, some people need to be publicly flogged. I'm sorry. Some people. Actually, I'm not sorry, but there's places in the world where when you do this kind of crap. So, for example, those judges, like for example, there was a judge who had an MS-13 gang member living in his house with his family, wife and kids.
And this is like a rapist, murderer.
Yeah,
kind of
the guy had pictures on his phone of a severed head of someone that they decapitated. This judge should be flogged.
You know, the judge's daughter
a year of hard labor.
The judge's daughter is a gun influencer. She posts on Instagram or TikTok with those firearms. All those firearms that were in.
Oh yeah, because he was shooting their guns. Yeah,
those are her guns, and she posts on TikTok about it or on Instagram. She's a gun influencer. They had illegals living in the house with this girl, and
Wow.
First off, I have kids. Ain't nobody living in my house.
No.
Like, I'm not having illegals come live in my house.
Yeah, what are you doing? A gang member? The guy was the guy had tattoos. Oh, some conversations like, oh, you see this guy who had, Lasuego with all the tattoos and stuff like that, and he looks, he's just an innocent little lovely, dude. I think we should bring him in here with the family. I don't think we're gonna get chopped up in our beds at all. What the fuck is going on with people?
Patrick, I don't care if it's. I wouldn't have the Pope if I didn't know the Pope living in my house.
No, if I don't know you, you're not staying in my house.
I don't fucking...
It's twisted. It's twisted. Yeah. It's twisted to think this dude
Mom just brought up a good point that she told me today. They were using him as slave labor. So the story that she told me is they were keeping tabs on him, and every time he would if they had to make him do something like clean the house or do the laundry, she'd be like, "Well, you're here because of us. We're keeping you here legally."
Oh no, they're gonna wind up dead eventually. Yeah, I saved them. Right? I saved their lives. I saved their lives. They're gonna die.
They were keeping him like a slave.
Yeah, this guy was communicating with the other gang members. He was like, "Yeah, these bitches, these white people, stupid. We can get these people." That's insanity, man. That's insane. I'm sorry. That's insanity. I remember, Walter, you still there? Yeah, Walt's there. I remember one time when Lola and I were living in Brooklyn before we got married, and I had a friend of mine who somehow he wound up like homeless or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, can I use your bathroom at your apartment?" I was like, "No, dude, no,
you can't come into my apartment."
No, sorry. I was like, I don't want you in my place. No, yeah. I was like, there's the YMCA. I was like, dude, I feel bad for you, but no, I live there with my girlfriend. Go to the YMCA, bro. This not happening. So, I don't know what's happening to people, man. People have lost their shit. Oh, are Zeppelis getting made?
Not.
Oh, not to getting made right now. These lovely hands you see do not belong to Babyface P.
No, those are not my fingernails. I chew on mine.
There you go. Yeah. Insanity. I don't know what's happening to Americans that they're allowing this. Go, Walt.
Back to Trump. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things he said he was going to do. And people was, "Oh, you can't do that. There's no way you can do it. You can't physically do that." And he was like, "Watch me. It can be physically done." Eisenhower did it in the 50s.
This pizza is looking good. Pizza. Oh, how many pizzas is this so far? I've seen like 2 or 3.
That's 2.
Oh, 2. Okay.
That's our second, and then we're gonna have knots, and we're done.
Poor Marley's working on her day off. You should be making these freaking knots.
What do you think I did? I worked all day today fixing guns. I got a nice 1911 out there that is freshly.
Oh, you were suffering making guns.
I work my hands to the bone.
That's right.
Exactly.
So she can eat pizza.
And that
Yeah. Okay, Patrick.
poor Patrick.
Yeah. Suffering man.
Papa Peas is open for business.
He's getting out of. He makes 2 pizzas and he gets out of hand. He's out of pocket.
No! I'm not getting out of hand. You said Marley should be working on her day off.
Patrick, just for fun, look up Papa P's Pizza as a trademark thing, just for fun.
Yeah.
When you get a chance.
See.
I'm just curious.
See,
That's
Papa P's Pizza. Yeah, Papa P's Pizza. Yeah.
That's a very catchy.
It is a takeout joint. Is a restaurant with multiple locations known for its delivery. So it does.
Oh, it exists. Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Is it trademarked though?
Yeah, that's the
I don't know how
question.
to look up trademarks.
There's
something in the UK. Hold on, there's a Papa P's in the UK, but that don't mean we can get one here.
Yeah, if that's not in America, yeah.
Yeah, you go to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office.
Yeah, Hot Dog 990 says crazy comes in all colors. Yep.
No, I'm not. And you know what? There's a lot more white. There's a more white crazy people than black just for the numbers thing.
Yeah.
But,
C. Bullis said white people invented Karens.
There's black Karens too. Trust me.
Yeah, there are.
They're just called something different.
Americans are getting out of pocket, man. On shit that's going on.
Did you see the one about the old white woman that was upset about kids playing in the street in front of her house?
Mm-mm. No.
And this is like a neighborhood, this is the cul-de-sac neighborhood, and I guess the kids
are playing?
Kids are out in the yard, out in their front in the street, like all kids should do, kicking the ball around and having fun. And she's out there telling them to get off the street. I'm going to call the police. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
You want kids to play. what?
I mean, they're not, as long as they're not kicking your windows out or scratching your car or something.
Yeah, you know what? Let's let them join a gang. That'll be something useful.
So, here, you want to make friends and influence your children in the neighborhood? Start busting on them and watch how they treat you then, Granny.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, kids need to be outside.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy people, we're gonna keep grading Trump here because we're gonna get into the gun thing. We're gonna get into the gun thing, but I did want to talk a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Florida charter boat captain, who there was that video of him getting mad at some kid on a boat. Florida charter boat captain faces additional charges from FWC after viral video. Officials say, are you familiar with any of this, Walt?
No, I didn't actually watch it.
I know what you're talking about. He's got more charges now?
Yeah, I think that he got fired and all that, but basically,
I think he chartered his own boat, but he lost his charter license from the state.
Yeah, but basically there was a kid out there fishing on this, and when I say a kid, I don't know, this might have been like 18, 19 years old, and someone must have turned on a bright light on him or something earlier. And then as he's coming back in, he thinks it's the kid, and he just gets irate. These are, I believe these are like white people. I don't know if there's any racism or whatever involved here. But he jumps on this kid's boat, and the kid is like, bro. The kid gets scared when this guy jumps on the boat. This is Florida. This guy.
That might be considered a piracy act.
You can definitely stand your ground on your boat. What if he would have hit this kid and he fell into the water and passed out or what? Yeah.
And drowned.
That's insane. That's insane what I saw. The video of him jumping on this kid's...
But that could be piracy, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking, you got to look back when you get these laws. You got to go back and like Trump using the law from 17 something about the immigrants and stuff. Once they
because you declare war. Yeah.
Well, once they declared him as a terrorist organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he did.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare war.
And you motherfucker going back to where you come from.
We're gonna send you back. Lots of people. And by the way, it's not just Latinos getting kicked out. It's a lot of I've heard Jamaicans, Haitians.
Oh yeah, I bet that.
I don't know how many Guyanese people have been kicked out so far. I'm sure there's some in there.
Let me tell you a story. Speaking of that, we've thrown out Venezuelans, right?
Okay.
My friend Mike, you know Mike, right?
Yep.
He bought property in Italy, trying to get his citizenship papers in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these Venezuelans that have been kicked out,
Mm-hmm.
some of them are claiming they're Italian, paying off the Italians that do the paperwork.
Is it that easy to become Italian?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's
But
not. Okay.
When you hand that Italian a guy $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever,
You
you get your papers
results.
signed. So you know what Italy did?
Mm-hmm.
They shut the whole system down.
Ooh. Oh, so Mike can't even get his thing.
Well, now it's all kind of up in the air.
Oh my God.
And then his mom was over there.
Yeah, isn't his mom Italian? Wasn't she born there or something?
They're like second generation Americans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his grandfather and stuff was from Italy. So they can do it, but nothing happens fast over there. It's Italy.
Yeah.
It's mignon, whatever.
Yeah, I'm surprised they shut it all down, but yeah, I guess they could do.
He started the process before all this happened.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess some of the ones that Trump kicked out decided they're going to become Italian, the Venezuelans, because they're dark skinned.
That's hilarious.
And
They make this worthy.
and the Italians don't want that crime either.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
They have enough from the people from Africa.
Oh my God! I hope Mike gets his stuff worked out, man. I want to go to this Italian island that he said. Yeah, come on, come on now.
It's looking like he has no idea when it's going to happen now. So.
Yeah, Night Train says that charter boat captain definitely has anger management issues. This is Florida, man. That guy messed up, and I don't know why you have I don't know what's wrong with him, but from what I read, he gets mad like this, and he's done it before. So be careful on the waters. You saw what happened in Clearwater recently, right? I think.
With the boat hitting the boat.
Yeah, with that boat crash, that's crazy.
And the person ran off.
Yeah, they ran off, but they found the boat.
They found it, yeah.
Yeah, how do you think the cops are not going to track down your yacht? By the way, we're going to take a break and come right back. Hold on. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com.
Now.
Oh, look at that. Garlic not this oven is cooking fast. What in the hairy hell? What in the hairy hell is happening? Yeah,
It's an uni pizza oven. It cooks at like 700 or 800 degrees.
Holy crap. Yeah, how long are you leaving that in the oven?
About this. These here? 2 minutes and they're done.
Yeah, we saw that live.
Yeah. The nice thing about the uni is it's portable and it's propane, so you could stick it like on the van and take it with you.
That's nuts.
Yeah, take it camping.
Walter's laughing at me.
We just got.
What you get, Walt?
We got an air fryer.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which is basically just a toaster oven.
No.
It's not. It's a convection oven.
Yeah.
It's a toaster convection oven. That's
all it is a convection oven, but it's smaller, and they work. They work fantastically.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, we've had right now I'm looking at 2 air fryers. I have an air fryer in my van.
We do a lot of cooking in an air fryer. Yeah,
air fryers are awesome. I'm supposing that's what's going to kill us and turn us into alien food, but they're freaking awesome.
Here is the barbecue chicken.
It looks good.
Speaking of food, strange food, have you seen the video on the internet where this woman, as a black woman, and talks into these black small children and says, "I'm hungry. I think I'm going to eat. I need to eat a kid or a child." And the reaction of these little kids when they hear that they might be on the, and they're like, "You ain't eating me." They take off running.
Oh Lord, no, I didn't see that. You gotta send that to me.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. So this just quickly here before we go back to the Trump thing. This boat crash in Clearwater was a little crazy to see. I don't think there's not been arrests made yet, right?
I don't know any idea what's going on with it. I know one person died, so.
Yeah, a recreational boat crashed into a ferry transporting 45 people on the final day of Sand Sculpting Festival in Florida, killing one person and injuring at least 10 others. If you see the video of it, man, the yacht, it's like a small yacht, it's not a big yacht,
yeah,
but
it's not a big.
It's going fast, and it just rear ends that ferry and goes right up on. Now those ferries are not, they're not strong. I haven't done that Clearwater one, but remember when Lola and I went to Tarpon Springs, and there's a video.
It's a glorified pontoon boat.
Yeah, exactly. When we went to Tarpon Springs, we were on one of those that we went out to this little island, and then we saw like dolphins swimming and all that. They're not tough. So but how it got up on there and then got off and then they took off, I don't know. I'm not sure how that happens.
The bow of the boat just rode up on the side of the pontoon. I mean, then it just probably.
Yeah, but how did they then get it? Oh, it just fell back off?
It probably slid back off of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wound up killing someone, and then they took off, but they will get caught up too. And
yeah.
And I've been out there in was it Clearwater that I was at? Where was it we went for that festival?
I think it was Tarpon Springs.
Yeah, it's Tarpon Springs, but there's a festival, I think that's in Tampa though. Tampa proper, where there's that the Christmas light boat special festival.
Oh. They do a boat tour down the Hillsborough River. Is that what you're talking about?
For Christmas time, and everyone's got Christmas. Yeah, Lola and I did that before. Yeah. That's not that same place though. No, that's not the same place. No. So that was crazy.
Yeah, that could be a almost like a vehicular homicide.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be. Yeah. It's got to be.
Or manslaughter or something like that.
I'm guessing the person took off because they were drinking, or there was a 3-year-old driving something crazy.
Boat accidents are almost always drunk boating. Like most of the time, it's drinking and driving.
Yeah, can you guys hear the thunder and everything out there?
Oh, it's still storming up there? I have to look on my phone here.
Oh yeah.
My awesome weather app I have.
It's going down. I'm trying to see. Let's see. Let's get back to the what the heck is going on?
Newberry, Gain, yeah.
Yeah, it's storming.
So
outside in the rain.
Yeah, it was going fast though. There can't be any raindrops hitting that pizza oven.
It's like 700 degrees, so they hit and they just sizzle right off.
Yeah.
Down by us, and a lot of the counties are in a drought. So.
Really? Okay. Yeah. There's no drought going on here. It's been raining.
Last time I was up at the property, it was wet. So
it's wet up here.
Yeah, it's been raining. I mean, I just got back. I'm not even going to be here that long because I'm going to. I'm going actually to a F1 race event. So it's not. I don't think it's during the F1 races, but it's an event happening in Miami.
Oh, Miami. Okay.
Yeah, the F1 is going down in Miami, and IWC Watches invited me and Lola to a thing, to a event there.
You spent enough money with them, I guess.
Yeah, so we may meet some.
I guess I haven't spent enough yet. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
If you want, I could probably get you in there, Walt, if you really want to go.
I don't think I've spent enough money.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could get you in there, Walt, if you want to go.
That's all right. I'm good.
Yeah, but I don't know. We might meet some F1 racers. I don't know shit about sports, and that is a sport. But we might meet some F1 racers. Definitely, I think we're going to meet some of the folks that make the watches and stuff like that. Maybe some watch celebrities. I don't know.
Just need some of the good food they're giving away, and have a good
absolutely, yeah. So,
what it's all about.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Okay, so back to Trump. And vis-a-vis the gun thing. So I pulled up this article.
Okay.
What's up, Walt?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Do the intro. I think. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So gun control policy and Trump's current administration examined. So I don't know who. Let me see who wrote this article. By Ian Overton and Federico Sergio. So I don't know if they're pro or against Trump.
Where is that?
This is in What is
It's
it?
at a UK website. This is against
Yeah,
guns.
it's a UK website. I sent you guys this article, but listen, this is why I'm reading it. Since re-entering the White House in 2025, President Donald Trump has taken sweeping steps to dismantle federal gun control measures and advance a pro-Second Amendment agenda. The Trump administration has issued executive orders to reverse regulations introduced under President Biden, including efforts to regulate ghost guns, enhance background checks, and classify certain firearms. Notably, the administration eliminated the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention and revoked the Surgeon General's advisory that labeled gun violence a public health. It goes on. So the whole point of me talking about this is definitely the anti-gun people are mad at Trump, which you can't give him a failing score. Go ahead, Walt.
Okay, that should read something instead of like it did. He's removing all the unconstitutional gun gun laws, but, you know, and like Clarence Thomas said, I believe it was Clarence said that like the Second Amendment is like a second class
right
constitution. Trump. I mean, so far so good. Okay, I mean, why? Number one problem for me, and
I'm going upstairs. I'll be right back.
ATF. He's gotten rid of Marvin Richardson, that worm. He's gotten rid of one of his henchmen was quit today. Another one of them quit.
Yeah. John Crump has been reporting on all that. Yeah.
There's a couple of them have been forced to retire. That's called fired or get forced to retire. And I think there's more to come. So these people are all the people that classified my 50 caliber upper as a firearm too. By the way, they were all part of that thing. And some other former ATF people that work for different gun companies now.
Yep. Yeah, they've sprinkled out.
Yeah.
But most of those guys are legit pro-gun, and they're out there trying to help gun companies deal with this stuff. There might be some outliers out there. But the people running everything on under Biden, the people who are really in charge are anti-gun. And then obviously in this article, people are not happy. I wouldn't give Trump necessarily a failing score. I don't think that the Second Amendment is like an immediate priority. I think he's working on it, and I've seen some positive stuff. So I think when I asked John Crump about it, he said he would give a B, like a B score, but...
Okay, let's take the B score versus what we had.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Drastic, huge difference. You got to get rid of all the old school people in charge of things at ATF, or that's going to change. The person they put in second in command is an old school ATF person. So I don't know.
Yeah, and the guy running the ATF, what was he? Former Air Force guy, or I don't really know that much about that dude.
Secretary of the Army.
Oh, Secretary of the Army. Okay.
I think he still is, actually. I don't know if
he's really
completely out of that position. I can't remember. But nobody knows too much about him.
Okay.
But all those old school ATF people need to go. All the people in their ATF legal need to go. Because they're all anti-gun. They're all do-boys and do-girls. So
I agree with Walter. 100%. They all got to go.
So what would your score be? A B like John Crump is saying? A C? I'm somewhere between like I'm maybe a B, a B minus kind of thing. I don't think it's not the number one priority right now, but I can't say they're not doing anything, because they are doing something.
Oh yeah, things are, as Trump alludes to, things are still brewing. So and things are still brewing. So I don't know any more than you guys know today.
Right, yeah. I mean, we haven't seen any big things. I think we took at least one loss from the Supreme Court, but I don't know if that was the best case. That was when it comes to 80%ers, I think, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that's not the end of the world. That's not like I said, it's not the end of the world.
Americans do have the right to make their own firearms.
And I'm not telling people what to do or what they should do, anything bad, but do you really think that stops anybody from doing it?
No. The genie's out of the bottle. There's a ton of things out there.
It's been out of the bottle.
Let's go back 30 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
30 years. Did that stop anybody 30 years ago? There was no 3D printing. There was no.
Yeah.
There was no. People were making stuff forever.
Yeah.
And they're going to continue to make stuff as the technology changes.
Yeah.
It'll grow with the whole thing. So.
Yeah. But I think that if you mess with people's rights to make their own firearms, you're clearly taking away the Second Amendment, right? In my opinion, but also you stifle development of things, right? Because
that's a major problem.
These could be young people out there coming up with things, and they're not yet ready to get a SO, to get a what is it?
FFL and an SOT.
Yeah, FFL. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, it stifles creativity. Yes, creativity. Because a lot of people have ideas for things, but oh, you mean I gotta have this? I gotta do this? Like, you ever seen? I don't know what it is up there, but around here, commercial like rent a space property is fucking expensive.
I can't. Walter, if I wanted to, I could not afford right now to.
So in Florida in general, Walter, Walter lives in a area. I think that's it's always been going up. It's always been going up.
But that has to change because the whole it's property taxes. A fine example. Mm-hmm. Why okay? For example, Hank Strange has a $30 billion mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he paying $30 billion worth of property tax compared to the guy that's got the $30,000 house, and he's not getting any more for his money? Why does he pay more?
Right.
Why every year? You already paid property tax on it. You paid tax on it one time when you bought it. Now you got to pay every year for you don't own it.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I think the person also who builds that mansion has spent money in that neighborhood. Is going to hire people. It's a whole bunch of different things going on. Yeah.
He's going to run more water. He's going to use more electricity. He's going to pay for it all in the end. Why these cities and these counties around here are like heroin addicts? You can't have a little. You can't have a little bit of heroin. You have to have more.
There's a lot of things I think, I've said this a lot, even when I was traveling and talking to different people around the country from different political backgrounds and stuff like that. I don't understand why during COVID we didn't take more of an opportunity to change things in America that have needed changing for a long time.
Hey, Strange. What happened during 9/11?
Well, yeah, we got stupid changes.
There was hello, you just answered your own question then, right?
Yeah, but some things we can change for the better. Education, we need to change for the better. Come on now.
Why, for example, my friend Mike, who has no children, why does he pay for school on his taxes?
I think schooling should be privatized personally, because I think that the public school system and the public school unions connected to that, they are horrible, and they are not helping children or parents. And I think you need to give the power back to the parents, which the power comes with the purse string. So
our own Florida governor admitted that the state of Florida has plenty of money. And this is in relation to property taxes and all that stuff. The state of Florida has plenty of money.
Right.
So why do we need more? Why?
No, I don't think we need more to do what we need to do. We need to stop the bullshit that's going on, the waste.
Well, politicians are addicted to spending other people's money.
Well, yeah, it's like heroin addict. You can't stop.
Yep.
Why? Okay. Yeah.
It's also easy, Walter. I'm sure you know this, and I'm not saying anything you don't know, but it's easy to get votes by giving free shit away, by giving other people money away.
Why do you think? Yeah. Come on the country illegally. You can get on the free money train. We'll do this too, and you just have to vote for us, right? You just start that addiction.
Yeah, but I don't think that public schools are clearly failing children, and they've never been great, but they've gotten progressively worse. When we came to America, before that I was in private schools, but when we came to America, I went to public schools. They were fucking horrible. And I'll tell you how terrible it was. As a kid who, when I came to America, I was 12 years old. As a kid who was living in Nigeria, before I lived in Nigeria. I mean, I went to Nigeria when I was, I want to say, 8 years old. So I left there when I was 12. I came to America. They tested me at 12 years old, and my intelligence or whatever test they did was on high school level. I wound up, I went to junior high school, right? Because I think I was actually 11 or something, and I went at 12 years old into high school, and it was horrible. Because basically my parents raised me, and you know, my education came from my parents. Education in Nigeria was worse than America, but I was outperforming Americans. That was in the 80s. Today it's much worse.
There is my cousin who has dyslexia was in elementary school and was falling way behind, and they were having trouble getting her to stay ahead. So my aunt took her out of elementary school at like 3rd grade, started homeschooling her. By the time she was in early high school, she was like 2 or 3 years ahead of the high schoolers. They were to the point where my aunt was like, we're going too quickly, and I'm teaching past the curriculum that we should be teaching, so I don't know how much more we should go. So yeah, she by college time, she was like way better prepared than any public school kid.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic also, by the way. I mean, you guys, if you watch this show, you could tell I'm dyslexic. I'll see words and jumble them up and do all kinds of shit like that. So how can it be? How could this be? And it's gotten really bad. It's gotten really bad. You know, so how do we fix it? We got to burn it down. I'm sorry. It's got to get burned. That's the way to fix it.
Back in the old days, when you couldn't keep up, you didn't keep up, right? They just kind of, but now everybody's caught along. Let's keep it.
I think
you got to keep the numbers looking good, or kind of good, or basic, or whatever. So if you lower the standards, so everybody, it's kind of like in the government. When you hire people that aren't qualified to work in the position you hire them in, you end up.
Well, I think that's the problem. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Listen, there are dumb people out there, right?
Oh,
and also there's dyslexic people, and I think also we've got 30 seconds. You cannot, like, there's major differences in people. I think boys and girls, for example, have major intelligence differences.
Totally
and,
different.
I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
The longer I have a son, the more I realize that boys and girls are 100% different.
They're not the same.
Really?
The alien creatures to each other. So we need to teach in a different way. And let's just take this break here real quick. We're going to take a break and be right back. The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com. Yeah, I think that. Go ahead. What's up, Walt?
I would just say I was going to apologize for taking us off on this teachers thing, but
no, I think it's an example of what's going on, of why we need to fix things. There are people who, if you test them, right, like if you just take boys and girls and you test them, everyone's on different levels. Because someone is testing on a low level doesn't mean they have a low level of intelligence. There's different kinds of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and also, but it doesn't mean that you lower the standard.
No. You should not lower the standards, because this kid who's testing on a lower level might need extra help. He might need time to stay back. He may need to go in a different direction. Some of the folks like that are very good with their hands.
I was never a math person in school, right? So
it's the same for me.
Because a lot of that, when it started getting into algebra and all stuff, it didn't make any damn sense. Why am I doing what is this?
But you know what the thing is, Walt? Math, it has changed a lot. And like back in the days with math, I remember when I was doing math in school, even here in America, the teachers told me, like, here's the equation. If you come to an answer, it doesn't matter if you did it a different way from how I taught you, as long as you could show how you worked out this equation on a piece of paper, it was all good. Now it's gobbledygook.
It is.
Well,
Math is
one
gobbledygook now. It is DEI. It is identify this equation however the hell you want to.
once I had a teacher that explained to me how it works,
Mm-hmm.
why it's working that way. See, my brain works well. If you want me to do this, why?
Yeah, Walter, I'm in the same as you.
This don't make no damn
I think
sense
all
to
three
me.
of us are probably like that. And yeah,
So-
I don't want to do it unless I know why. What's it matter?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, in the end, it doesn't really matter anyways, because most people never use that algebra and stuff when they leave school anyways ever again.
Mm-hmm.
So, most people, anyways, unless you're an engineer type or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And they don't even have to use that anymore with
Mm-hmm.
It's all
Everything
computerized.
we-
Everything calculator on
Mm-hmm.
computer.
But
It's good to be able to quantify things in your brain, but very complicated things, especially as you get older, you have aids and things like that around you can help you. If you understand how to come to that conclusion, whenever there's a math problem that Lola and I are looking at, and I do it my way, it always cracks her up. She's like, "How did you go?" And she's like, doing it her way, and she comes to the same conclusion. I'm like, "Woman, it doesn't matter how you came to your conclusion and how I came to mine."
Right. Long as the answer is correct.
Yes, yeah. But we are not dealing with we're not dealing with young people in the right way, and we're basically destroying them, making them bored, and then turning them out into the world so people can abuse them.
And this idea that everybody's got to go to college, okay?
Yeah, no.
No.
Everybody, I would say 75% of the people that go to college have no business being in that place. No business whatsoever.
I agree.
They have no idea what they're going to do. They have no idea what they're going to do when they get out with what they supposedly get. Once they get out,
it's been increasingly become a breeding ground for communism. I think it always was, but it's gotten really bad.
And it is. I'll get my little fingers in here.
Yeah, it's money.
This.
Yeah.
It's a racket.
It's not that different from prisons. And the educational system in America, period, is not that different from a prison.
Kind of the same food and everything.
Same shit. So we had this beautiful opportunity to change that, because a lot of folks out there would be better off going. So, for example, you could go and learn welding and make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. Now
Now
that Trump has turned the oil industry loose again, there'll be a lot of money to be making welding. So.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that we need people to be able to do, but we're just making ineffectual people. And I think, obviously this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about Trump here. But, when we talk about how we should make things here in America, this is where we're missing out.
Yeah. You have to train people how to make things here in America.
Yeah.
I can't hand some new person that was molded in this commie school about being woke and everything, how to physically make things. They have no clue how to make things.
Yeah.
They can't even change the tire on their car. How are they going to make things?
And I think also at one point in American history or human history, we might have needed unions, but today I don't think we need them anymore.
I agree.
It's a racket.
Yeah, they need to go now. I see the reason for them. Let's say we go back to the Industrial Revolution, for example, where there was a lot of shit going on. And I was in a union. I was a Teamster.
We have laws for a lot of stuff now. You don't
Yeah,
have shit going.
yeah, and people are smarter. People are kind of stupid, but they're smarter than that, right? And a lot of I hate to bring this up because I know you guys will get mad, but if you look at Tesla doesn't care what college degrees you have. If you're going to work for Tesla, they're like, "Do you know how to build cars? Are you into?"
Most of the tech companies I've worked for are the same.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about your degrees. Are you into this? Okay.
The degree doesn't mean you know.
Yeah. SpaceX doesn't care. You don't have to have a rocket science degree. You build rockets? Yeah, they have tons of folks over there who built rockets as kids. They hire them because they're like, we're building rockets. We're building and crashing and burning.
One of the things you need in that situation is someone who wants to be there, who wants to help, wants to do it, wants to. He's more motivated than guys. Oh yeah, whatever. We're just here. I'm doing my time, like a city worker thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
Well, because but back in the days, companies used to hire you based on your natural aptitudes to do shit.
That's gone. That's pretty much gone.
Yeah, now it's like we gotta hire so many women, so many men, so many black dudes, so many white dudes.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it shouldn't really be like that. This is why the companies are failing, and the unions are a big killer of the companies. It's why the major American manufacturers of automobiles outside of Tesla are suffering, and they cannot do it.
I don't like buying from unionized workforces. If I can avoid buying a car from a union, I will.
Yeah. What's up?
I was looking on my phone here and I see something about Camping World and a lawsuit and the American and he's like Camping World CEO defies lawsuits, fouls American flags, not coming down.
Yeah, I think he said that they will have to arrest him because he's flying these huge American flags over Camping Worlds.
And some people are excited about
his own property.
Yeah. What?
Which Camping World is huge, by the way. Camping World has bought up a bunch of other RV.
What's does it say the guy's name?
He's been on Fox News a bunch, but I don't know if I don't think I've ever met him.
Marcus Lemonis? It's
Marcus
Lemon IS.
Lemon IS. We don't know him.
Lemonis or something. Yeah. Is he Greek? What is he? Probably. Yeah, I've seen him on Fox News talking about this thing, and I follow it because I'm in the RV world.
That's where you crank up this flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't this guy fly this thing over his own property? Why is it hurting you?
Because it's making people anxious. They're getting excited. How dare you?
They're just going to make him famous. By the way, Camping World, from my point of view, is not even like it's a big machine for selling RVs and stuff like that, which you don't get the customer service. You don't get that like refined customer service. Yeah, that you would want to get. I'm not knocking them in any way. That's just the nature of when you're a big box like that and you've bought up all the mom and pops. But you're going to make this guy, huh?
They work on volume.
Yeah, they work on volume. Yes, yeah. But, I think the guy is 100% in his rights to fly the flag. And, but he said, that guy, I saw him say, they can lock me up. They're not locking anybody up. So, yeah. So let's get back to this thing. My thing is, I think that Trump... Let's see what happened. The best thing we could see is what happens in the next 100 days.
I'll give him a B
so far. Yeah, where the setup goes. That's what I think.
I don't think it's been bad at all. And the interesting thing for me is during the first administration, all you heard about was one in the news talking trash about Trump, and then a lot of people on social media or in things are embarrassed that we have this president. But I don't feel that anymore. When I go places, I don't feel the hatred that was out there for him. I think a lot of people are actually on board with what he's doing.
I think Americans in general are on board. I think the tariffs have caused some people to get a little worried. I'm not worried. Don't give a shit.
It's not a loss until you sell.
It'll all get worked out.
Yeah. Also, we can all, me included, use some assistance in not buying shit.
Yeah.
And by the way, let me say this because I just drove from Florida all the way out to the Grand Canyon, and then I went to Missouri and came back here. Okay, so I went from Florida to Flagstaff, Arizona, went out to the Grand Canyon, and then went so all the way, not all the way, but almost all the way west, and then came back east to Missouri. Driving around this country, something that I saw, and we see it here in Florida too.
Trump.
Not just that. When you pass a car dealership, they are packed. There are cars extended over into fields. There's fields and fields and fields of cars out there.
Hank Strange, you brought up COVID, right?
Yeah.
They had a chance to fix things.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did, they just kept fucking you as hard as they could.
Correct.
Hard as they could. Hard as they could. Hard as they could. Dry. Mm-hmm. And they're continuing. They think
no Vaseline.
Do not. If you are in the new car market right now, do not buy one. Hold as long as you can because the prices are dropping.
These are not the foreign companies. These are the American companies that are fucking you as hard as they can.
Oh yes, 100%.
Yeah, it was horrible. But now, and by the way, we were driving around and seeing no cars. Now we're seeing too many cars. My son, for example, my son Raven, he just moved to LA. By the way, Yeah, so he's in LA. His car totaled.
They totaled it finally?
Yes, they totaled it.
Yeah, they weren't going to fix it 3 times.
No. So he's probably going to be in the market for a car here.
Nice used car.
Yeah, but this is the best time on the face of the planet. Lola was telling me about a friend of hers who just bought an Audi and got like a brand new Audi and got like $25,000 off.
Yeah, but that brings it down to a normal price, though.
Yeah, of course.
The worst,
There is that, Walt. There is that.
the worst culprit from all of this happening was Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the car companies were
yeah.
screwing us by like 25%. Jeep, they said, was 47% marked up during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
also, it's
And
become
there's
the gayest mobile ever. By the way.
But remember, Jeep also belongs to Stellantis, which is a French-Italian group, basically.
But that's the American market is the American market, and they're fucking.
They're gonna break up a lot of these things, by the way.
Well, I hope they break them. Go.
I don't know what's gonna happen with that. There's a lot of monopolies going on. I said,
speaking of corruption, you want to bring up corruption?
Google,
again.
YouTube, and all of that is out of control. It's out of control. I'm not a fan of YouTube. That's why we're over here. We're talking about gun stuff, which is covered by the Second Amendment and the First Amendment, and we can't do it on YouTube.
And you can't even pick up an empty magazine over on.
No, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
When I tell people about that, they're like, I can't believe what you're saying. I'm like, dude, I've been going through this for years and years.
Now you can do. I've seen everything from wax, vajayjays, and everything over on.
Oh,
YouTube.
absolutely.
Other people can show guns on YouTube all they want. Just not the gun guys who can tell you how to use it safely, who can talk to you about the mechanics of how and why it exists and why you should fight for the right for it. No, not those guys.
Oh no.
But gangbangers, anybody else, is all good.
Yeah, Russian girls getting their vajayjay waxed. Yeah,
Insane.
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it or anything, but it was just like. I couldn't believe that time.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about it. Like, I was asking myself, when I look at YouTube, right, the stuff and I'm curious to ask you guys, the stuff you look at on YouTube, right, in general, like, I do look at gun stuff on YouTube, but not as much, right? I look at a lot of watches, a lot of cars, stuff like that, right? I don't even look at a lot of van stuff because I'm in the van world, but I look at a little bit of it. When you look at that content, what percentage would you say that the people that you're seeing are male or female? Are you seeing, like, I know with me, I look at stuff that's predominantly male. I very seldom see any content created by females in my natural stuff that I'm looking at on YouTube.
On YouTube, mostly, as you said, everything is male. Whether I'm watching stuff about the Ukraine, or I was watching the weather chaser guys, storm chasers. Before
How to fix some shit.
It's terror, all that kind of stuff. It's all guys.
Yeah. What about you, Patrick? I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's mostly men.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know hardly any women that I.
Well, because there is some stuff with women. Yeah.
The tangent goes off into this weird world. You start to go out. It's like, oh shit, there's the vajayjay. Woo! It's like,
yeah, but I find like my interest for that, like if I'm a dude, I'm into women. If my interest for that, if I want to see some hot chicks, I'll just go to Instagram or I'll go someplace else for that. Yeah, because I compartmentalize that. If I'm learning something, I don't want boobies involved in it.
I'm with you.
Is that wrong?
That's too much of a distraction. So
yeah, because yes, exactly. I agree with you. Now, maybe if I'm watching a movie, I want to see women in my movie. I don't want a movie to be a sausage fest.
I'm on board with that.
Or a gay guy kissing fest. Yeah.
Oh no, thank you.
No, I don't want dirty dicks getting slapped in my face for any reason.
No,
thank you. Yes, I'd rather it be completely asexual.
I'm actually becoming that as well. Yeah. It's not even necessary. Or do it tastefully off camera. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see the graphic whatever.
No, I don't. If I would rather call a truce than what I'm seeing because it's too much crazy shit. Totally. It's too much insanity out there.
Yep.
I just want to relax. I want to unwind.
That's my problem now. Is I don't find movies relaxing anymore because there's all you see is the message that's being pushed on you. That's all I can see any longer.
And it's hard to. It's so blatant. The message is the message. I feel like the critical drinker. Just go away now.
I was flipping something. There was like a meme that came up on Instagram about. This. Remember when it was like this? Remember when it was like this? And the one was like, remember when there was a white couple in advertising?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's gone these days.
Yeah.
It's not a white girl and a black girl and a white girl, or girls or guys, gay guys and gay. It's like, what happened to like the black couple and the black couple and the white couple and the white couple?
Because I feel. And
multiracial.
Yeah, and I'm not
guy with the black chick.
Right. I'm not against it per se. I mean, I'm a product of two people from two different races, but what they're doing is too jarring. It's too jarring, and I can't tell what the product is anymore. So, like, I'm not mad if it's a white man and a white woman or some white people there selling me the product. If I need the frickin' product, I am not buying that unless I see a black dude up there selling it to me.
Yeah, we were out eating lunch at this place, Diesel. It's kind of like a Ford, the one restaurant.
Yeah, anyways, the restaurant. Yeah, Ford's.
And there was basketball on, right? Mm-hmm. And then the advertising on the basketball was all kind of black related.
Black? No, because it's basketball. Yeah. Absolutely. You need to know your target audience.
Even the people looking most of the basketball players are black, and even the people looking at that, obviously, even the white people admire black people.
That are watching basketball.
I
yes.
Get that. That was the audience.
Yeah. Right.
Though the white people pay for basketball, but there was a black audience. I get that.
100%.
The white people pay for everything.
Well, because there's more of us. That's why.
Correct.
The white people listen to the hippity hop.
Correct.
It's a numbers thing, Hank. It's always been a numbers thing.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and that's just the way it is. Yeah.
And I get that. You're going to watch a chick things are going to have chick advertising. But
for sure.
But could you imagine like selling pink razors with a man in a tub shaving his legs? Like, women are not going to buy that.
Well,
so
maybe drinking a Bud Light.
Yeah, here's one of the things that happened with me with Audi. I remember a few years ago. You guys know I was into Audi, right? I was driving like all kinds of Audi cars, and then I saw this Audi presentation with this black female. She's famous. I cannot remember her name, but she's like a singer and an actor. And then she's talking about how she is like. Something about her being bisexual or whatever in Audi, and I was like, hold on a second.
Right there,
yeah, I was like, are you saying that I shouldn't be getting an Audi unless I'm a bisexual black female?
Yep.
Unless I identify as that, and that stuck in my brain, and I don't know why Audi went that route. That was not necessary of a route to go.
Audi is not the Ford F-150. It's not being bought by country white folk. It's being bought by...
Folks, let me tell you about U.S. LawShield. If you're serious about your Second Amendment rights, then you need to get serious about protecting yourself legally. Use promo code HANK for 2 free months on an annual membership, plus a locked-in rate of just $10.95 per month. Remember, the fight for freedom doesn't end at the range. Arm yourself with U.S. LawShield. And remember to use promo code HANK.
Dude, I hate it every time.
What were you saying, Patrick? Something about
hippy-dippy liberal white people are who typically are buying Audis.
Really?
So, I think so, yeah.
I don't. I think so. Listen, if you look at Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Typically the folks who are buying Mercedes are people who just want to indicate they have money. They don't have any class or style.
I think
they just want to indicate. Yeah, they want to indicate status. A lot of the folks buying BMWs are the younger, like doctors, and you have a lot of like doctors who like you'll have like Asian, Indian, kind of people trying to show something like, oh, get a BMW, some badassery. Audi is kind of like that weird. That's why I kind of liked it. It's kind of like that weird outlier, where it's luxury, but it's not respected like Mercedes or whatever, or like BMW, but it's still performance and all that in it. And I like that. I didn't need to be the dealership, and everything was cool with me. I saw lots of different people when I went there. I didn't need someone to remind me of that and then make me go, oh, I guess this is not for me anymore. That's when like that thought, I remember telling Lola, I was like, because Lola was right there with me, I was like, oh, I guess this isn't for me anymore. I thought like the lesbian chicks were buying, like Subarus and shit like that.
They're Subarus, but they've moved on. All the gays are now buying whatchamacallit, Wranglers.
Yeah, but I guess that Audi or Volkswagen Group or whatever decided, oh, we want to do this. Like you're saying with Bud Light or whoever else. And then they lost me, because you don't need to identify. You don't need to make it a thing. I'm not mad if it's a black person selling it to me or a white person or whatever. Don't make it a thing.
They do though.
If that gay tranny person was drinking Bud Light before, that ad wasn't going to make him drink any more Bud Light.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah. All you're doing is making the Bud Light. First of all, I think Bud Light, all those light beers are basically piss water. You drink it, you piss it out, they somehow collect it and put it back in a beer can.
It's not good.
The bottom line is they didn't gain anything to that advertising.
No, why do it? Why did you piss away? Now, by the way, I never drank Bud Light in my life. I'm a Heineken kind of guy, or a Guinness Stout kind of guy. But I had the image of Bud Light in my brain, like America, those big ass Clydesdales,
Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah. I had that image in my mind, and then they wiped it.
I mean, they used to have Busch Gardens in Tampa. You go to Busch Gardens, it was like, it's an American thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was.
It's not American anymore, but and that, like I said, the Clydesdales thing, and the history of Anheuser-Busch and all that, and now it's like, fucking, it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know how we got on that, but I think we just, the advertising is weird, and I don't need it in order to. And I'm not mad to see. It's nice to see different people. It's nice to see someone like you in a thing. But if that advertising you're doing is not natural, you're gonna push people. You're gonna push people away if you jar them. If you like the Jaguar thing that they did, you guys see that? Like that, if you jar me, I'm gonna go. I'm a normie. I'm a normie. If you jar me and go, this is not for the normies.
This ain't for you.
I'm gonna go, oh, that's not for me.
But this Jaguar, it ain't for you.
Yeah.
Jaguar.
Yeah. So it's a weird thing. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the people I know over in England that were driving a Jaguar were not floating.
I've owned a Jaguar before, by the way. When it belonged to Ford.
Some of those older Jaguars are really, really legitimately cool cars.
They are cool cars, the older ones. And then Ford owned it at one time and put some good tech behind it that actually worked.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to cater only to a certain audience, which makes people go, I don't really want a Jaguar anymore.
Yep.
So
I would buy a Jaguar.
Yeah.
So I'll give a Trump on the two. Like I said, I'll give him a B+. I think there's more to come. Domestic stuff with the immigration and stuff, I'll give him an A+, and there's a lot more to come with that, really. Let's see here. The world politics thing with him and policy, he's got his fingers stuck up. Somebody flew an ass missile up his backside and exploded.
I think he needs to. So, for example, one of the things that Trump did that threw me off is he pardoned the guy who was running Nikola. So Nikola was this company that was making alternative fuels trucks. They did pickup trucks and they did the big semi trucks. And they were supposed to be doing an electric one. And I don't know if you guys remember this. They basically took this truck, put it in neutral, it wasn't working, and ran it downhill and made a commercial saying it was driving on electricity. And this guy defrauded the company. People invested in this company on the stock market and lost their money. And this guy was convicted and Trump pardoned him. Why the fuck did he do that? And when I looked at him talking about it, he said, oh, I talked to someone and they told me he didn't really commit any crimes.
Unfortunately,
who are his advisors?
well, that's what I'm talking about with the foreign policy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of the top negotiator guy is a real estate person. Where in the fuck do you get the?
Yeah.
Where
I don't understand what's going on. And even this thing with Pete Hegseth, I don't dislike Pete Hegseth. I don't dislike him, right? But something weird is going on there, and I don't know why they needed to be told to do what they were doing off of Signal. I don't know why.
Well, that whole thing was just, why would you talk about? It's like us discussing the battle plan for on the internet here.
Yeah.
It's like it's not secure. There's nothing secure. Let me just say
Right.
that first thing. Nothing is secure.
No.
Nothing is.
But they must have.
Not when the Chinese and the Israelis are around. Nothing is secure.
No, nothing is secure. But don't they have some kind of? There has to be gates. So for the nature of what they're doing, Patrick, is there special software other than Signal, or is Signal the thing that these
there's
people?
There's tons of other things you could use. I'm assuming what's surprising to me is Signal is just not even off the shelf. It's just something you can use off the internet. I assume the government has something like that that's government secured. I don't know why they wouldn't be using that. Like, that's surprising to me.
Yeah, and why doesn't someone vet it? Like, what do we need? Have we not had enough leaks already of shit? There's I don't say anything anywhere on the internet that I can't live with, because someone will screen capture your shit or whatever, and it'll come back, and that's all good. You know, if I said it, or if I was involved in the conversation and people were talking it or whatever, it's all good. I'll deal with it. But I don't have any expectation that shit won't come back.
Oh, I said it. Yeah, okay.
And we talk shit all the time.
Yeah.
Not here on the podcast. We talk shit to each other like you would not believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even ask about the Grand Canyon with somebody sexualizing it. So
that's yeah. Well,
I'm like,
okay, dudes, Walter, dudes.
I'm just asking. It's like, okay, I stopped talking.
Walter, what was the thing that Walter put up yesterday? Walter, some kind of CDs Walter got his hands on.
Oh,
did you see that, Patrick?
Patrick wanted me to copy them for him. Those CDs I have that have all the like Anna Hardis.
Yeah.
That stuff is info from the '80s, Hank. Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you.
Know.
Yeah, to me, I find it funny.
Oh my God, you can't go. It's like.
Yeah. I find the titles funny. Just to give you guys context of what we're talking about. What is this, the Anarchist Handbook or something?
Kill silently and all.
Yeah.
Like that.
So all these titles, Walter puts it in the thing, and I just think it's funny. I'm like, oh, these titles should be like a rap song or something like that. I think I put it in Grok, and Grok made it into a rap song. But yeah, dudes, we're very immature, men. We have low humor thresholds. We always seek the low-hanging fruit for humor.
Well, let me just say this. Let me modify that a wee bit.
Which annoys Walter.
Some people think their humor is funny when it's not really very funny.
It was cracking up whoever was doing it, probably.
I guess, yes. I bet, North Rim, South Rim of the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
You were on the South Rim. The North Rim is very alpine-ish.
Let me tell you, first of all, gun guys, like Lola has hung out with me with gun guys, and she's like, I think you guys are gay.
That's just a man thing, though.
Yeah, she's like, there's too many gay jokes going on. You guys are laughing about it. You're embracing
That's just a masculine thing. It's a masculine trend.
Dudes have always been like that. Mm-hmm. Because if you get too touchy about it, then it's like, oh, why are you so super sensitive?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, one more serious subject before we go.
Right.
Comments. Iran, Pakistan, what happens?
Iran, Pakistan. Oh, you mean right now?
Oh, India, Pakistan.
India. Oh, India, Pakistan. Because there's been some basic.
The Indians. Somebody in Pakistan attacked the Indians in another terrorist attack.
Right.
And now the Indians have turned off the
I saw
water.
that.
Which
Yeah.
is
Did you see the video where the guy was coming down the line? He was coming down one of those zip lines, and the attack is going on. Did you see that?
No,
Guns and Gear posted that on X and some other guys. So there's a guy coming down a zip line, like for entertainment purposes, and he's recording himself. And meanwhile, you see people running and getting shot in the background.
No, I've not seen that.
Yes, go look that up.
Well,
It's on X. It's on Mr. Guns and Gear. I guarantee you, that's where I saw it first. It's on other places. Yeah, that situation's been going on forever. That's something that the Brits mess with, right? That when they split off Pakistan.
But that's talking modern times now. We can't go back
So in modern times, there are cultural differences between those two people.
Well, yeah, Hindu, Muslim.
Right.
Hindu,
Yeah.
Muslim.
Yeah. As an Indian person myself, I think that I think the Indians are going to win out here in the future, but they're going to have problems like this. This has existed. It's going to continue to exist. I think Indians in general are trying to move. I'm not trying to say India is a perfect place or anything like that, but Indians are trying to move forward and upward, and some people aren't trying to do that.
Have you seen? I saw one. I would assume it was Indian propaganda thing on Instagram or whatever, where they show all the Pakistani attacks there's been on India since forever, like terrorist attacks and different.
Yeah, I think this is why Indians are getting so conservative. You know that, right? Like, Indians are getting more and more conservative as time is going on here. They're pro-gun now. You know, if you look at RRR, those, you know, I mean, that's all you need to see. But yeah, you know what? I think this is going to go on forever. I think, you know what it's like? It's like if you have in your family, you're trying to have a family, you're trying to raise your family and do the right thing, but you always have that ignorant ass cousin who is down to burn the world.
So what happens eventually? You either have to give that that cousin a beat down and have him done, right?
Some point.
Yes.
So
or get away from them.
Well, when you have a country, you can't get away. So let me use Israel as an example. What's finally happened there?
What we see, I mean, it's self-evident.
Yeah. So is that going to happen to Pakistan? That's my question.
It's going to be different because India does not have.
Now they both have nukes.
Yeah, India has nukes, and
They don't have backing in the United States
too.
like
They both have them.
Yeah.
And Pakistan is, I guess today said, we'll fucking nuke you. So,
yeah, but I think genuinely Indians are. I'm not just saying that. I think Indians are trying to move forward here. You know, Indians are trying to move forward and do. The Indians are trying to do shit. They're trying to land on the moon. They're up to shit.
India has a lot.
Not successfully yet,
but
the
amount of people they have, they could be like a China.
I think India could be a good partner for America. They're not trying to. Indians aren't trying to destroy America.
No, they have no. But I like to see the Indians get strong because they're a nuisance to China. That's what the main thing. They're going to back down to the Chinese.
Yeah, and I think. Do you know a lot of Indian people here in America?
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of Indian people in America are very conservative.
Well,
didn't know that.
I wouldn't doubt.
Yeah. I mean, these Indians for the most part. I'm not like nothing is monolithic, right? Indians for the most part want to come to America and get a better education, better their lives, better their children's lives. Yeah, make money. You know, they don't want to destroy anybody.
They want to make money.
That's what a lot of people coming to America were all about. But in the last 10, I don't know, maybe longer than that, we've had people coming to America just to fuck it up.
Just to think it's the country they came from.
Yes. So, yeah, that I think is the problem.
You can't have that. You can't have that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can live in your neighborhood with your Indian friends, but in the end, you're in America.
Yeah, but if you look at like the Indians, for example, were very respectful with Trump. They came to see Trump. They weren't playing all these fucking games. All the games that other countries are playing on in terms of tariffs and all that. The Indians aren't really doing it. I think they're about moving forward, and typically they're mostly very peaceful people. I don't want to say that as a monolithic thing. My mother was Indian, and she was not fucking peaceful.
Well,
He was one of the most
it-
savage people I ever knew in this life.
like I said, there's a lot of potential there just because of if they can get their industrial base more better, there's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
So,
I think there's potentials of people around the world, but what people need to ask themselves is, are they trying to move forward? Like, I think the Ukrainians have an incredible amount of potential. Ukraine has an incredible amount of potential. There's other places in Eastern Europe, Croatia and other places like that have amazing potential in the future to achieve shit. Yeah.
Croatia, baby. Croatia.
Yeah. But then there's bad actors, and the question is, like, how much of that work should Americans do and then get no benefit from it versus what should those countries do? And should America help them? Yes, but should those countries really take up because they are the ones, if you're going to benefit, you're the one who has to take up that mantle and take the chances. And this is the same thing for India. India might have to just kick Pakistan's ass if it comes down to it.
You know, if I help your country and then you won't let me sell my shit in your country, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess Poland's a prime example of if you stimulate things and get things going. Polish economy went from hardly anything to a powerhouse now. It's going like crazy. But they also have controlled their society very nicely, too.
There's incredible potential in Eastern Europe versus like the UK. Now, I think that the UK could do a lot better, but they're self-destructing.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They're self-destructive.
Yeah.
Once again, they've got a doge themselves, and
I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's really good people in the UK who want to get away from that, like some of the guys that won't, but that come over here. But I think I don't see that happening.
they got to turn off the boat train.
Yeah, but I think that in the rest of Europe, that is for so long being poor and all that kind of stuff and not having opportunities, the opportunity exists there. But that's why we have this problem, for example, with Russia and the Ukraine. And the only way to solve that, someone's got to take care of Putin. But it's the Russians. Russians have to decide.
Exactly. We do not need to be doing that.
They have to decide what they want. I mean, Russia could be part of that, be a big part of that, and benefit. But you can't have this stance that you have in the world. You can't be trying to fuck up the world. And Russia is still fucking us up. And that's the problem with these negotiations that Trump's having with Putin, because they're fucking us up.
The Russians view the negotiations as a sign of weakness.
Yeah. Do you remember when the elections were going on and you saw those Haitians who were talking about how they came here and they got passports and all that? That was Russian disinformation. The Russian. You don't remember there were these Haitian guys who came and said, "Oh, we got all kinds of different IDs. Here's my different IDs in America, and we voted under all these different things." You don't remember that?
Not exactly. No.
Yeah, and people were mad about it, but the government, even the Biden administration, shut it down because they found out like that. You could tell from the videos those dudes weren't really here. So there's always shit, and everyone's doing that. America's doing that to Russia, right? Yeah, a lot of that stuff is going on. But people need to ask if they want to move their countries forward. And if they want to, they're the ones who have to do it. Because what I'm worried about... Yeah, what I'm worried about is like Americans paying the price for all this. And just getting fucked up. And getting nothing out of it.
Russians also don't necessarily hate Putin. Their internal propaganda does not tell them to hate their government.
They don't get a lot of good real news.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
So then they're not getting the news of all their soldiers who are dying?
No.
Not necessarily.
Okay, so when Vladimir didn't come home,
well,
where is he? I'm not talking about Putin, but
I know, but Vladimir's mama knows about it, and Vladimir's daddy knows about it. But
they can't say shit.
They can't go running through the streets screaming about it, or they'll get thrown in jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I think the best people to take care of Russia, the Russians could get Putin. They could get him.
The best way to take care of that is cause the economy to collapse. That's all.
It's gonna happen in time.
America could do it.
Yeah, it's going to happen in time. The question is just how much time. And then the Chinese are propping them up in what they're doing too. So that's another issue that's going on there. China is propping up Russia in what's going on because China realizes that we're wasting a lot of money on what's going on. And China's like, oh yeah, let's let them. China's is using the art of war. The enemy, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of thing.
Chinese understand the pocketbook too, so you got to fight them the same way.
Yeah, but the Chinese are also suffering. If people don't think that the Chinese, they're having some major issues. They can't sustain what's going on either. They can't. They cannot sustain it. There's a huge pullback of Chinese spending. That's why you're seeing all these things like falling apart. If you look at the Chinese were buying all these expensive bags, watches, and all that. It is all pulled back.
I hear it. I've heard this thing that Las Vegas are laying off thousands, hundreds of people, concierge, all the doormen, all this stuff.
Because the Chinese aren't going there. When we were last there, how many Chinese people did you see there like you did before?
Yeah,
not a lot.
They'll survive.
Yeah. So, the question is the question is the waiting game. That's what we're all playing, and can we survive through that time? And I think that's where this is all going to come down to. And that's why if you look at it, they're trying to make us very anxious, and then we put pressure. But I think this whole tariff thing has to get worked out, because I was looking at watches, for example. If American watches go to Switzerland, there's not a lot of tariffs on it, right? But everything else, but America's not making a lot of watches.
We don't.
But you know what? Everything else America sends to Switzerland gets the shit taxed out of it.
Yep.
Can we live without those Swiss watches?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Can we live without half the shit? Can we live
Yes,
without half
course.
the shit you buy just for fun? Yes,
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. You're not going to die. You're not going to die. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'll be able to do it. It's not running away.
Correct.
It's not running away from
You'll be
you.
better.
So.
You'll be better in the end, also, when you stop buying dumb shit.
100%. Yes. If you don't have that, you'll do other things. And if you're here in America, you take care of your things that are here.
Everything
and you'll be
is
fine.
cycling. Remember that we're in a cycle right now, and the cycle is weird now. So just be patient.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys seen? And I know we're about to get out of here, but so far, are you guys seeing that like supermarket? Like this is the thing I want to end on with Trump. Are you seeing the prices of the supermarket? Where you really feel it? Is it getting better, worse, or the same?
Same.
Yeah, same. I haven't seen anything worse.
Yeah, I mean, I think eggs are more available if that's a thing.
Yeah, that comes with time as more.
That was just a time thing, 100%.
Yeah, I see a shit ton of sales going on. It's not just cars. A lot of things are on sale.
That's because look at the gun industry. Everything.
Oh, the gun industry is suffering right now.
Aside from AKs, everything else is.
Yeah,
affordable.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about like High Point is making ARs now.
I call first dibs.
I already called dibs a long time.
I already told Dave I'd make him.
Oh, you did? Yeah, that's cool that they're making ARs. I mean, it's perfect timing. Everybody else is making them.
It's probably made by somebody else.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who it's made by, but listen, I think there's a lot of ARs out there, but I am encouraged by the move. Because I think maybe that'll mean eventually here we'll see, some developments and different things. But the AR in and of itself, I think, isn't anything revolutionary that they're making it. But there are other AR companies, for example, that are going out of business because ARs are oversaturated in the market.
It just got that high point on the receiver. That's all. You just add it to your collection. That's all.
Oh, I'm gonna.
That's my thing. It's just adding it to the collection is cool.
I will have a high point AR. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I'm on board. I think it's neat.
Yes, I will do it just for the credit of it. All right, so listen, we I think we're at our thing here. Shout out to everyone who's out there listening to us. Before you guys get out of here, I know we had like over 20 people hanging out with us here. Smash the thumbs ups. I appreciate it. I see Shooting Gallery was in the chat here. He says, I was told by a manufacturer I would be paid the same as a guy walking off the street with a firearms degree. So I think that's going back to the education thing that we were talking about.
Well, some people we could go off this hall again. Some people have aptitude, some people don't have aptitude. So yeah. You can take somebody who's never touched a gun in his life before, but he's got mechanical aptitude, and he can do it right off the boom.
Yeah. So shout out for everyone for hanging out with us. Big thanks to Walter and Patrick. I'm going to let these guys tell you how you can support them. Here, starting with Patrick.
Crow, Vandium Arms, if you are looking to get some work done, give me a call, send me an email. There's the phone number at the bottom. I would love to get in touch with you about working on your project.
Are you going to make, if you get new clients, are you going to make them pizza? I think you should.
If you are covering my bills, then I'm happy to make you a pizza.
Come on. I think, the next people who call up Chrome Vandium Arms should...
I don't know that you're going to want me to ship you a pizza out of the state.
Oh, I'm saying, like, if they're in the state, and if they show up at the house, they should get...
I do not have the time to make everybody pizzas.
Okay, no pizza for you.
No pizza for you.
No Papa's pizza for you.
Papa P's pizza.
Papa P's. No Papa P's pizza for you. But yes, definitely support Patrick if you need a gunsmith out there, wherever you are. And then Walter, how can the folks support you, communicate?
Safety of Our Firearms, safetyofourfirearms.com. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, some Player, some Rumble. I got to do more of that stuff, but mostly YouTube at the moment. And then Dirtfoot Racing, mini bike stuff is on those same platforms. And there's Sten Parts, which is stenparts.com.
Yep. Yeah, and if you guys, I say this all the time, if you guys have questions and stuff like that, you need to reach out and call. I think even with Patrick, you could do it. But I think, Patrick, you're mostly on what, Facebook or Instagram? If people want to...
For what? Trying to reach out?
Like, if people are trying to communicate, yeah.
Instagram, 100%. Don't try to reach out to me on Facebook. You will never catch me.
Right, there you go.
If you hit me up on Instagram, I will actually reply to you.
What about X? The X, no, right?
Yeah, if you want to reach out to me on Twitter, I'll reply. It's just, I'm not that popular on there.
Okay.
The best way is, I go for us, probably just do a simple email.
That's email. Honestly, for me, I'm still small enough. The number, let's see, 352-642-9681. Just give me a call. If I don't pick up, leave me a message. That's the best thing for me, honestly.
Yeah.
I look at my email every freaking day when I get up. So
yeah,
I usually try to check my email once a day. I have a bad habit of skipping a day or two. So yeah, for me right now, phone call's best.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. People ask me that question all the time. Call these guys. No one's going to chew your head off for calling. I know it's old school. Yes, I know it's old school. Yeah, but call up, and even if you get Peggy knows what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So don't say I need to talk to a guy, to the CEO.
Yeah,
you're not making any points, so to speak.
Yeah.
She knows more than most of you guys do, so I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's funny, people, like, if people are trying to get me to show up places, they try to talk to me, and I'm like, you got to talk to Lola, otherwise
I'm not the one.
I'll never show up there.
Yeah, talk to my producer.
Yeah, if you don't schedule it, don't tell me to show up someplace, because I will remember. I will forget as soon as I walk away from you.
Prime example: Lola asked us if we want to be on the show. Yeah, and I'll say yes or no, whatever. And of course, you show up. Hey, are you coming on tonight? That's why I said
every fucking week, Walter. Every fucking week, we get both of them asking us back to back. Hey,
yeah, but I'm probably asking you guys at the last minute.
Yeah,
you're asking us at some point during the day, and Lola always asks us on a Monday midday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's
I don't think y'all talk to each other.
No, she's usually bit. And when I'm doing my thing, I'm locked into my thing. My brain can't. I'm one thing at a time kind of person. Yep. I'm not good at multitasking like that.
He's got a 286 processor. That's what.
It still works though.
Oh, an 8088 processor. It wasn't 8088, was it? 8088.
What was the first one? It's like was it 166?
I could think of.
Oh, I thought it was like 166 or something back. No, I remember 86 or something like that.
Well,
yeah,
Walter's I think 8086.
Yeah,
because I started. I was in that in the 80s when that's it had 50K of memory. 50K of memory.
Mm-hmm. And it was a big deal.
Our first was when I was a child. We did have a DOS computer, and then we had a Windows 3.1 computer. So I'm not quite too old.
Yeah, and they were expensive too. I remember building my first editing graphics machine, and it was like $10,000.
1 mega RAM was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
yeah. Then when Newegg came around and started selling, you could just buy RAM like it was going out of style. It was nuts. I don't know where the hell they were getting it from.
The market Sometimes I build a computer and RAM was crazy expensive. Other times I'd go look at RAM and it's like nothing. So cheap.
Yeah.
Now you get a terabyte on a memory stick or whatever,
Yep.
like on a.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
it's crazy. All right, I will see you guys. We'll see everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are out of here. Let me hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this right. I am going to. I think I have to end it over on
13
this
hours
thing.
later.
Here we go.
You're still
Yeah, I'm gonna end it right. I'm ending it right. Okay, I'm pressing the button. Okay, press the button. Press the button.